Hi, this is Brad Linder with Liliputing, and this is an Asus UL20A notebook. Came out in about 2009. It's an 11.6-inch notebook, meaning it's got an 11.6-inch display, and a ULV, ultra-low voltage, Core 2 Duo SU7300 processor. It's not exactly a speed demon, and it's about 3 years old at this point, and you would think that running a technology website I'd always have the latest and greatest, but I bought this guy a couple of years ago, and I really just haven't felt the need to replace it with, say, an Ultrabook or something faster yet, because I'm kind of waiting for Ultrabooks to get a little bit lower in price, offer a little bit better battery life, and higher resolution displays. So I was thinking to myself, what can I do that will make this laptop a little bit better? So I decided I was going to go ahead and upgrade the RAM, which is a pretty obvious choice. It came with 2 gigabytes. I'm going to put 4 gigabytes in there, and I'm going to replace the hard drive with a solid-state disk. I've got a 128 gigabyte solid-state disk here that I picked up for a relatively low price of I think about $55 after rebate. So SSDs are a lot cheaper than they used to be, and so all told for well under $100. I'm going to see if I can breathe a little bit of extra life into this aging laptop. So first, let's take a quick look at this isn't an overall perfect gauge of performance, but you're going to be able to find some more hard drive test speeds or storage test speeds and other results at liliputing.com. Here I just want to take a quick look at the amount of time it takes to boot the computer. So let's go ahead and put up a timer. Remember which end has the power button, and let's go. Now the solid-state disk that I picked up is actually a SATA 3, and there's only a SATA 2 interface here, so it's not going to be quite as good a performance boost as you would get if you put an SSD into a newer computer, but hopefully it'll make a little bit of a difference at least. Since SSD also generates less heat, it should make the fan kick in a little bit less frequently, and there's no moving parts, so hopefully it'll also help with battery life at least a little bit. Okay, you can see here that it's taken about a minute 12, minute 14. Okay, and wireless still hasn't connected. Wireless is connected, so about a minute 17, a minute 18. So not super fast. Now, again, this test isn't going to be perfectly fair because I've been using this for a little while. I did reinstall the operating system a couple of months ago, so it's not something that I've been running for 3 years that I'm going to replace with a brand new hard drive, or a brand new solid-state disk. But it isn't quite a fair test because there are a bunch of applications loaded on here, which I may not load onto the SSD. Instead of creating a complete image of the disk, I'm just going to go ahead and reinstall from the restore disk that came with the computer. So that is how long it takes to boot. Let's move on to the next step. Okay, the next part of this upgrade process involves shutting down the computer, removing the battery, and taking off this access panel. Now there's 3 screws that hold this particular one in place. I went ahead and removed 2 of them already. And now we're just going to take a quick look here. Actually holding the camera in one hand at the moment, so this might be perfectly easy to do. And you'll see that we've got the hard drive is held in here. There's a spare spot for RAM. And let's go ahead and perform this upgrade. Make sure the RAM is facing the right way up. Just pop it in there. Okay, that seems pretty solid. I've got a couple of screws holding the hard drive in. comes right out. Now we need to take this out. Squeeze in there a little tighter than I'd like. Okay, well, we're going to pause while I find a better screwdriver. Okay, the screws are loosened, and they pop right out there now. Okay, well, that one's not loosened yet. A little secret trick for getting a good grip here. Currently not a perfect grip. Okay, and out comes the hard drive. And in goes the solid state disk. Preferably with the holes lined up. There we go. Okay. And once that's done, that should just pop right in here and slide back in. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of the screws in, put this back on, boot it up, install Windows, and we'll be back in a minute to see how the performance changes or doesn't.